Hi guys, Justin Brock with Nickel Realty. I'm the broker owner of this office. I'm located in Tonawanda, New York, a suburb of Buffalo. I'm right between Buffalo and Niagara Falls. So if you're out there in the Western New York area, great. I'd love to help you. We can do all sorts of things. I'll hook you up with a pair of VR goggles. It's a huge time saver. I preview homes, send you the link. You strap those fuckers on, and it's like you're standing in the home with me. It's really, really amazing. If you don't care for the goggles, you can still watch these walkthroughs on YouTube, and it just eliminates a lot of the bullshit looking at house after house that turns out that they're shitholes. That service is available. If for whatever reason you're watching this outside the West New York area, outside of New York State, I'm part of a veterans referral network, and I can certainly steer you in the right direction no matter where you live. The difference between what the group of us are trying to do versus the majority of the shit out there is it's not some bullshit hero reward program. It's not one of the rebate programs you see with a national lender that so many of us are a member of this institution. And yeah, God, the commercials, they're amazing. You know, dad comes back from the deployment, the kid comes running up, they're crying, it pans to the hot wife, she's crying, goes to the flag, blowing in the wind, beautiful music. It's a tearjerker. It's not a reason you should choose to obtain your VA loan through them. Unfortunately, they charge what's called an origination fee, which is traditionally about a point of whatever you're going to be lending. So if you're in the sweet spot that most first-time buyers are in this area, it's about 130 grand. You'll get a rebate check with them, $650. You're also going to pay a 1% origination fee, which would be $1,300. So it's shit. I can hook you up with a local lender which happens to be a veteran-owned company. Mr. Mike Donahue owns the company. He is also a veteran, Army veteran. He does not fuck around on these loans. You won't be working with him personally. He has made it big time. Orders to all his guys, his loan officers. No one fucks around on these deals. No one's out to take advantage of you. No one's doing some fake inflated price only to credit it back to you and call you a hero. If that's what you're looking for, shit, man, you know, you can find them out there. Just Google Hero Program. There's fucking numerous. Keep in mind all those people in the program that they refer. They'll say use one of our preferred vendors. They'll give you a list of agents. All that sets those agents apart from the rest of us is the fact that they paid to be part of the program. One of them would take nearly double. They would charge me double and then credit half of it back to you. And I think it's bullshit. I think they charge me and don't give it all to you. Let's just bypass them. We're going to go way above and beyond any measly credit, but I can't give a stupid list that make you feel warm and fuzzy. You can certainly come to us with anything in writing from them, and I guarantee we'll be able to beat it. I have a veteran-owned lender, veteran-owned home inspector. Super easy process. I have tons of experience. I've been practicing real estate since 2002. I've owned this brokerage for nearly 10 years now. 4 years active duty. That's where I acquired that battle lantern for you guys and gals that served time on a ship. I was stationed in Yokosuka, Japan, and We took her from Yokosuka, Hawaii, San Diego, and ultimately up into Bremerton. And on the way, just fucking throwing all this trash off the back end of that ship. Everything, office chairs, desks, like a stream of garbage in the ocean. It was a sight. I wish I had pictures of it, because it just seems unreal now looking back at it. But so I didn't just steal a goddamn battle lantern. I mean, I guess technically I did. But it was gonna get thrown over anyways. Jesus. So I had got out, used my GI Bill, went to school, got a degree in economics and finance, which works perfectly in this field. All while doing that, I was buying homes, working in construction, and started flipping homes on my own. So a wealth of construction knowledge, a wealth of finance knowledge, and years of practicing real estate. You're actually going to work with me. You'll contact me, you'll talk to me. I'll be the one showing you the home. I'll be the one guiding you through this entire process. Watch out there when you sign up to work with some agent saying, I love the troops, and you get this big agent, and then they'll assign you to one of their troops. They call them buyer's agents. You don't want to end up working with the new guy cutting their teeth. It's just too important. There's too many things that can happen within this transaction. VA loan is not the same as all within these hero programs even. The nurse that also qualifies for the hero program is not going to have to deal with the same issues you are going to have to deal with. All in all, it's a pretty goddamn easy task. We have some packets made up. Even a Marine could follow it. We're programmed to think all you guys are slow. Every one of you I've worked with, you're usually the easiest of the pack. We just make a list, and there's no talking about it. You just magically do all the shit we ask. So it's quite easy to deal with you guys. I was just kind of semi-joking. But what we need from you is your 214. That's your discharge paperwork. You guys that got out years ago lost it. I can steer you in the right direction. You're looking at a week up to a month to get that thing. The next step is you're going to contact the bank. Don't even try to do it on your own. All the banks will get you. It's called, often referred to as your COE. If your realtor is like, oh, you need the COE, what does that acronym stand for? If they don't say, oh, that's your certificate of eligibility, what they're going to do is ensure that you are indeed eligible for this loan. And what will make you eligible? Active duty, just 3 months, you're good to go. I also did that 6 years in the reserves. Met a lot of great guys up there. I was serving here locally at Air Base Niagara in Niagara Falls, New York. Those guys, traditional reservists, the ones like I did, my 6 years just went up the 1 week in a month and the 2 week training. It takes 6 years of that to qualify. If you were deployed, and God, half the guys up there, guys and gals up there, have been deployed on active duty overseas, wherever that may be. What doesn't count is some of these long tech schools and you were gone for a year. Sorry, it just doesn't. It does not matter in the eyes of the VA in obtaining your COE. I'll be able to tell you if you're going to qualify just talking to you. It's pretty simple. We just need to verify it. Once you get that COE, the next step is, in the meantime, they'll actually be doing this simultaneously, Paul will be running your credit. You provide simply your social security number, state what you make. Do not fabricate that amount because they're going to ask for 2 years of your tax returns. So don't talk in dreams, talk in reality. And you'll be issued a pre-approval letter, not a pre-qualification, an actual pre-approval letter. That means they've looked into your assets and looked into your credit. So we'll have that pre-approval. Next step is we go out, find a home. That's when this VR goggle and my offer to hook you up with those can really save some time. It can be frustrating to go in house after house, only to find out it's a piece of shit. So it's a big time saver. If you're local, I definitely do that for you. We'll find the home, and we agree to a price, and we have to get them to agree to these VA terms. For the most part, it's pretty easy. Most agents have a general idea what it's about, and no one wants to get caught up discriminating against a veteran. It's actually a protected class in New York State. Unfortunately, if you're up in a multiple offer situation and we're coming in trying to roll in all the fees and don't have a deposit, and some other dude that has a bunch of money, unless that other agent or the homeowner's a veteran, you're not gonna win in that multiple offer situation. We'll certainly try. I'll certainly have all my ducks in a row and get suited up and present an offer on your behalf, and that's where it starts, with working with a strong local lender. It is huge, and depending on your circumstance, we have a lot of options. For the most part, most guys are putting the very bare bones minimum down, and that's where this 2,000 and 3,000. 2 is the bare bone minimum. If you don't have 2, and it's probably not the best time to be buying a home, but you're close. 3 grand, we can get it done. And why you need that 3 grand is after we agree to the purchase price, we're going to have the home inspected. Now, again, I have years and years of construction knowledge. You're never going to enter into a contract that afterwards, when we have it inspected by Chris, that something would come up to make you back out. Sure as shit, Chris is going to fucking find something. The dude always does. That's his job. He's looking at it a little bit different than I am. He'll actually open every window, find issues there, test every outlet, usually find a bad outlet, miswired outlets and such. He flies a motherfucking drone above the home, finds a lot of flashing issues around the chimney, flailing brick way up there, something that we're just not going to be able to see from the street. Once we discover all that, it actually opens us up to go back and negotiate the terms a little bit. There's not a whole hell of a lot of wiggle room out there today, even though we're approaching what is referred to as equilibrium, meaning the prices, it's a good healthy mix between buyers and sellers, and the prices for the past year, everything's been getting bid over asking. That's ended. It ended about 2 months ago. So we have this home inspection, and nowadays that kind of opens us up. We can ask them to do some of the repairs or to renegotiate the price. Also along this process, we're going to be thinking about the next step, and that is the appraisal. The VA sends out an independent party. That person is called an appraiser. They, in this effort to protect veterans, it goes on a round-robin pool, and you can pull away up to like 60 miles. So in our area, we can get someone driving in from Rochester that doesn't know the fucking neighborhood, and he or she doesn't pick out the right comps, and that's a comparable sale. We'll have our data already before you present an offer. I will give to you comparable homes and why the price they're asking is sometimes it's too low, sometimes it's too high. So I'll be able to show you why I feel either way. So we'll have that data. If the appraiser, if it comes in under value, what that's called, they enact the Tidewater Act. And we have a predetermined amount of time to respond to this. It's super, super important, and we simply respond with the comparables we used. And a lot of times, the egos, they battle for it. We'll be able to work it out. You just need a competent realtor to guide you through the process. Once we handle this appraisal, it's not smooth sailing, but it calms down. At that point, you go into what's referred to, you'll hear the term underwriting. And all that is a person actually analyzes your tax records, your bank statements, make sure nothing is fraudulent on there. You'd be surprised what people try to do. I mean, it's crazy. And they're digging into your credit a little more. If you have issues, they're very forgiving, especially with active members or recently discharged veterans. Shit happens, especially in those transition times, and they're very, very, very forgiving. Just that they have excuses will help you craft those excuses. 8 out of 10 times we're gonna, it won't even need to get to that point because we'll rectify that way up in here in your pre-approval period. That's where the battle I was talking about getting your credit score up. Because what happens if you go into this and we get down into this underwriting portion and you have poor credit, they start asking all sorts of questions, and a lot of times you don't have the answers and we can't explain it and it's not good, and the loan fizzles out either at that point because you can't react fast enough, you get frustrated, or the homeowner simply has said, I've had enough. And if you go past these predetermined agreed upon dates on the contract, and one of them is a huge important one, and that is your mortgage commitment. So if you can't provide your mortgage commitment and they don't give us an extension, they can kill the deal, because the market's so healthy, they're not going to wait around for you to get your shit together. Can't stress it enough how much easier it is, man, if we just take care of it in the beginning. Because it always comes up in this underwriting. Even if everything is great with you, you have great credit, what you don't want to do is buy anything out of the ordinary. We'll be in contact in this period. It's usually about a month and a half, and they're analyzing your shit as well as on the seller side. They're having the title updated, make sure there's no liens against the home, and they do a land survey. Make sure things such as fences, the shed that's you think's yours actually is on your property. That will all be going on in this underwriting period as well. What happens is we say don't buy anything, and sure as shit, a couple times a year, some motherfucker goes, oh, I just went into Best Buy, bought the whole appliance package, and then I walked across the street and went into Ashley Furniture and fucking decking my house out. No big deal, because I don't have to make any payments for the next 9 months, and then it's 72 months interest free. So, well, they pull your credit again at this point. And if all these new items, even though you don't have to make any payments and there's no interest, it can screw up your ratios. And I'll go into what I mean by those in depth in a future video. But basically, the amount of money you spend per month and what's left over. If you're cutting it close, these new payments can throw you over the edge. Everyone worries about the car. The car really doesn't fucking matter. If you already have a car and your car payment's $425 and you enter into a new car payment, it's $450, all they care about is the difference, that $25 extra a month. Is that gonna put you over the edge? Hopefully not. Hopefully you're not living that close. Some younger dudes, it's just the fucking way it is, you know. So it's tight when you're first out there, or transition jobs. So I totally understand, and we just have to be aware of where you sit and what exactly can change in your life. And it's only 2 months, man. Only 2 months, so we can get through it. Just don't do anything foolish. Before you buy anything and do anything, run it by myself and Paul just to make sure it's okay. And after that underwriting, we do what's called a final walkthrough. You go walk through the home, make sure everything when we entered into this thing is either still there, what we agreed upon. A lot of times you'll throw in appliances, a play set, you can throw in any goddamn thing you want. And we also, at that time, are making sure if we ask them to make any repairs during the home inspection, that's when we check to make sure it was done. A lot of times there's issues in that point. I've never had it hinder a closing. Usually this is done, and then your closing is 1 to 3 days away, and we'll take care of it right there. They take care of it right at the closing table, and that's what your attorney will do. I only use guys with a backbone that aren't gonna let shit go through. A lot of times you'll be excuse me, pressured in to just close. You know, you get a I'm trying not to use a derogatory term, but an attorney, a male or a female, that just kowtows. Oh, you don't want to lose the deal, do you? No, but I just want them to do the fucking work they agreed upon. Or, hey, when all the furniture was gone, and behind that couch and under that area rug, there's a big fucking hole in the floor where the fireplace used to be that you didn't let us know about. So you have to have some people willing to stick up for you in this process. Where this gets muddied down again is, I'll tell you this, watch out with the big agents on a team. You know, is that guy really, does he know what the hell is going on? I don't know. Does someone, because they contribute to some hero program, just because they pay into this program, what's that mean? So just watch out, ask some questions, and goddamn, work with a fellow veteran who is a realtor. I just don't understand the mentality out there. Picture you were buying, you already own a home, and you're buying some shit, and you go to Lowe's because they give you a 10% off discount, and the price of the product's $2,500, so that equates to $250. So you feel warm and fuzzy because you saved 10%. What if someone down the street had the same exact product for just $2,000, but no discount? So you're better off with it, and that's what I'm offering you. Upfront discounts, complete transparency. I no longer contribute or align with any hero program, any of the rebate shit with some of the bigger lenders out there. I don't like what's going on. I don't think if you truly knew what was going on, you would use the program. So you're looking for some honest advice, looking to work with a fellow veteran, looking to work with a veteran-owned lender and a veteran owned home inspector, you've found the right spot. Here again is the simple list. We just need your 214, we need your COE, we need to get you pre-approved, we need to go out and find a home. And after we find a home, simply you have it inspected, then the bank has to come out and agree that the home you're agreeing that it's a fair price and that there's not major safety issues. Then you go in to underwriting. That's where they delve into your financial situation a little bit deeper. So you really want to be very upfront, because they'll catch shit. If you have shit, we'll strategically make sure to let it fade off, especially overdrafts, man. Do not overdraft your account. It's the worst thing. It's the hardest thing to explain to. Really hard, unless something messed up with your pay. That's about the only explanation with it. So we'll get you through that underwriting process, and then final walkthrough, and finally you get the keys to your house. It's awesome. It's easy. After closing, we again help you out. There are all kinds of veterans discounts you get with each municipality on your property taxes and school taxes. So many of the communities here in Western New York now offer the veterans discount on school taxes. In the past, no one did. A couple communities passed it, and it's spreading like wildfire. It's like, good luck to be the politician that doesn't vote yes when that comes up for vote. You're fucking not getting reelected. That's for sure. So everywhere where it's gone up for vote, it's passed. Simply for those, you just again need a copy of your 214. You want to submit that as soon as you close on the home. I can tell you where to go when each particular home's a different spot. We'll help you out with that. If you have combat action, if you have some ribbon like expeditionary medal, you will get 25% off your taxes. Active duty, non-combat, you traditionally will get 15% off. You guys with a disability rating, you'll get half of your rating. So if you have a 10% rating for some hearing loss or ringing in the ears, you would opt to go with the 25% off discount. If you have a 60% rating, you'll get half of your rating, so you get 30% off. 100% guys, it depends. You cap out in some of these towns how much they'll take off. We can discuss that and detail each one of your situations are a little bit different. Another thing touching with disabled vets, if you have any rating whatsoever, you will waive this VA funding fee. This fee most realtors don't know about and don't like to talk about. You don't have to pay it out of pocket. It gets rolled into the mortgage. The home doesn't even have to appraise out for that fee. It is a hefty fee though. I'm going to read off this chart. Active regular military 2.15%. They tack on a 0.25% for reservists, so you're 2.4%. Anyone that's used the program more than once is 3.3%. You can have two VA loans at once. I had a guy, PCS in out of San Diego, had a property there. He came in, he was one of those AGR slots, that active guard reserves, where they're full-time up at a reserve command, and he was able to buy another home here. It's just the two loans, you get a certain amount, and we'll go over that, what's guaranteed. If you have like basically two homes that are around that 200 range, you'll qualify for both of them. The second one has to be a little bit more than the first one. It just has to be your primary residence, but they understand how it can happen moving, and they do approve it. So don't believe they say when you hear you can only have one at a time. It's just not true. Not true at all. Also, watch out if you're in the condo market, in particular in this area. Most of the condos are not approved for VA or any government-backed loan, because there's a form of discrimination in some of these condo associations where the association has to approve you, and the government just basically says, fuck off. And if they don't have proper reserves in there, some of these, they just don't want to deal with it. So don't enter into a contract unless it's a government-approved facility. It's a big waste of time and money for you just to find out, goddamn, in this portion that the complex doesn't qualify. If that happens, your realtor should refund you the $450 appraisal fee. They should refund you the inspection fee. Between them and the banker, there's no way it should ever got that far. It happens though. It's sad. You should demand that money back. That's what can happen with these guys. That's the difference between someone that's been practicing since '02 versus someone that just started 2 months ago. So if you're looking to work with an expert, you're looking for a seamless process, I welcome you. I look forward to speaking with you. Again, Justin Brock, Nickel Realty, 716-622-6218. Talk soon.